There it is, me and Neff. You on the brakes. Great job right here.
You know what's up.
On the Dodge Ram right here. It might be his soon. You on the Dodge Ram in my garage and we just working it out. Changing the brakes. Did the front last week. We want to do it back this week. Today. Knock it out. Look at him looking like a regular old mechanic Rastafari. Anyway, hey, this is for you. We miss you. Tell your mother you miss you.
Love you, man. Bless up there, Queen.
Bless it up there, smoke it. Love you.
Alright, so this is the 07 Honda Accord. I'm sorry, this is the 07 Honda Odyssey. Just took out the starter. It wasn't that hard, but it looks dirty in here, so I'm gonna clean it up and put in a new starter. It was just 2 bolts, 14 down the bottom, and 14 up top. Not like one of the conventional starters where the bolts are on the side here, on the right side, but they're facing you in this starter, which is fine, but it's a little tight in here, so you gotta come down with your socket and get it from the front. But yeah, changed the alternator a couple days ago. It's getting a power drain, is what they say. But we're gonna be changing that belt, so yeah, we'll have to take off the belt again. But gotta do valve cover gasket. And the VTEC solenoid gasket will do as well, which is I think right here. I think, where is it at? Maybe right there. I don't know. Well, we'll find it. But yeah, it's a couple of problems with this particular vehicle, and yeah, gonna get it, try to get it where it needs to be. 43,000 miles, something like that. And haven't really changed the alternator or starter before, so it's last. I think that was original. But I had to go to the store and get this gasket because obviously it doesn't come with a gasket. I don't want to change it because this one's bent. So yeah. Alright, so I got the new starter. But like I had to press this new gasket down. Got this from Honda. The gasket comes around and you have to press this little tab down to make it stick. But the other one was crunched up on the side, so you can tell that the difference, it wasn't sitting right. But we're gonna try to get this one right. So we're gonna do the reversal process. As you can see, there's the bolts. And I had to take out a few things, but it was relatively easy. I'll take out the bolt right here, which is a 12 with the ratchet, and bolt right here. It's another 12. This is for the battery holder. bolt right here, and then another bolt right here, and then some various bolts. I couldn't take these tabs off, so I had to take the whole bracket loose, just held on by some tins here. And, another one had it on there. I think it's here. Yeah. This is just on the negative and the positive terminals. Negative and positive terminals. And yeah, I had to take out the transmission stick. Lift this hose off of this clip. Lift this hose off and pull it over to the side. Just so I can get to the starter bolts, but I'm gonna try to get this thing back in, man. So we'll see how it goes. Oh. Alright, so I'm replacing the 2007 Honda Odyssey VVT solenoid, valve cover gasket, as well as the grommets and the oil O-ring, I want to say. Oil cooling O-ring, that's what it is. So I got the part numbers. Just came in from Honda. Part number. Part number. I mainly use 12s and 10s sockets. I needed a screwdriver to lift the valve cover gasket, and valve cover gasket is a mess. Be sure to change the there it is, the PCV valve. Be sure to change that. Very cheap part. I think that's the PCV valve, but this is the gasket. I'm gonna be cleaning this out, of course. Anyway, so right now I have my 10 on the VVT solenoid. It's 3 10mm bolts. The 10 that's there, the one that's under it, just underneath my ratchet, and it's one over here, 10mm. I'm gonna be going down to get the cooling O-ring as well. So yeah, maybe I'll shoot the video showing what all I've done. But watch the video. I started off from the left side, so I took this connector off first. This was connected here. Took this off. Came up. Haven't done the back yet, but I took these connectors off of the VVT. This connector. Took the throttle body off here. I wasn't able to get this off, but I didn't need to. But I disconnected the throttle body. Just put it over to the side. I also disconnected this thing here. If you can see this, let me move this out of the way. I disconnected, of course, the I think it's a map sensor. But I disconnected this thing here. It's 2 10mm bolts along the side here. This, I could not get the bracket from underneath it, so I just disconnected the 2 10s and disconnected the bracket, and just put this over to the side. You'll see this connector was connected here. So took some hoses loose from off of the manifold. I did have to put this over to the side because I couldn't get this off, so I had to disconnect the alternator connector just to get the what is this called, the bracket for the spark plug coil. X. But I couldn't get this off, so this was my hang up. I couldn't get this off, so I had to kind of push it over to the side. As you can see, it's kind of loose here. So I just took off a 14 millimeter that goes here to take off this bracket. And that's about it. Of course, took the dipstick out. I covered my top here. And I'm trying to cover this a little bit. I don't have another bag. But that's it. So we're about to get to it, man. About to finish up the VVT solenoid in the O-ring. Do the front valve cover gasket. I already replaced the PCV, so it's in there. I just have to clean it up. And then I'll be doing the back maybe tomorrow. Maybe. Yeah. Alright, so I got it off. That's the surface. It looks pretty clean. I'm gonna get this one on the bottom off as well. I think that's a 14 or 2 12s. 12 here, and then a 12 back down here, down on the bottom. So 2 12s, that's about to come off. Old one's here, about to get the new one put back on. Alright, so this is my little extension setup for this bottom screw. The 12 is right there, but the 12 underneath, it's a little hard to get to because of this thing here and this hose, but you can get to it. Pound that bitch hard. Dang, that bitch hard as shit. So the bitch is going dumb. Alright, so this is the cooling O-ring, I guess. But yeah, this is a cooling O-ring. It has a gasket. This has a gasket too. I'm changing the bolt. See how much dirt was back here. So something's gotta been leaking back here, you know? Yeah, it's gotta be. What is that? It's gotta be another sensor. Alright, so I got the first one off in the front. So I'm taking this crap off. Thank you. Thank you.
That bitch is black.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get out the way, because I don't know what I'm...
So, again, we got this one, this one. I'm sure you guys got that. So we got these two, and the gasket, valve cover gasket, poppers. Little things here. Gonna be changing them out with the new ones. And yeah, it wasn't too bad getting these out. I used a hammer. I used it like this and just got them out with it. Alright, so it's day 2. I took everything off yesterday. Yeah, I'm about to take this back valve cover off. Got family gonna come get their spark plugs done, but I got this little gasket inside of here. So we're gonna take this off and replace the gasket inside of here. Clean this up. Oh, sorry, take this off. Clean this up. This is the VVT solenoid. I don't have the gasket for this, but we're gonna take this out and clean it up anyway. And then take this apart. It's a gasket in between here we're gonna replace. Of course, I got this gasket yesterday. You were here for that. So yeah, I got this from Vance Auto. Got this gasket as well as this one. So this is old or new. It's same. This one in between that. Yeah. Got another tray too. This is a magnet tray. These are pretty good. Come in handy. And got all my tools in the box and my trunk. We'll get to it. I'm gonna use a little screwdriver to put in here, like so, to lift up. But I'm having a little bit of trouble in the back, so I might have to go back here and lift up on the back too. I don't want to dig into it too much, but yeah. Bear with me. Be right back. All right. All right, so after 4 or 5 trips to the store, finally got what I needed. This I don't need because I already have here. I opened this up. I couldn't get these open, so I had to take it to a shop and they cracked them open for me. But I replaced the seal. It came in a kit from Advance. I got all my screws here in the magnet trays. Again, they're helpful. Got the new gasket from Advance because the gasket from Amazon was not the right one. I had to use my VIN number to make sure I got the right one. It was either A6 or A7. I honestly don't even know which one I got, but this was the wrong part number from Advance, and this was the right part number from Advance. So I'm gonna try to button some of this stuff up. I don't have too much daylight, so I'm gonna see how it goes. I got the valve cover gasket to put on. I changed the grommets. They were very difficult to take out, but with a little bit of digging and had to hammer away, like chisel it. Once I chiseled into it, I was able to pull and pry it out. And I think my video stopped off at getting the back valve cover off. So what I had to do was rock it back. And I'm gonna be trying to put it back on in a second. But for right now, I'm gonna put this on first. But I had to rock it back. Of course, the wiring was in the way. So I had to take off the ignition plugs here, injector plugs. I had to take off this little thing back here, which was attached in wiring back here. I don't know if you can see that, but there's wiring back there that I had to snatch up, circular section. But I just put this back on, which is the engine cooling. Actually, this is a cam seal. That's what they call it. They're a cam seal on the back of here. 2 bolts, and sealed that back up. Got that part from Honda, I want to say. Sorry, got that part from Honda. And yeah, about to bolt these back up and put this bad boy back on. Forgot the way it was for a second. Put this thing back on, turn him around. Put this thing back on, and we're gonna go from there. You know, you're supposed to line up these little dowels here. This one and the one right here in the camera. All right, we're gonna try this again. So I just changed these. Be careful not to screw them in backwards. I did it. This is the VVT solenoid, or the engine timing variable solenoid, whatever you want to call it. So I screwed these in backwards, so that was my bad. Be sure you don't do that. So screw them in the right way. I had a shop take these off because they were too tight, but I replaced the gasket. This is the part number from Advance Auto Parts. I got the trades from Advance or AutoZone, one or the other. Who cares? But I ordered the rubber gaskets from off of Amazon. As you see, I just changed these in the grommets, but the rubber gaskets were the wrong ones. This is the wrong part number from Amazon, and this is the right part number from Amazon. Oh no, this is from Advance, excuse me. But it came with the right gaskets. I'm hoping it's the right grommets now, because yeah, it should be the same, but it's the wrong gaskets at least. So we're gonna get it popping with these and see how it goes. I don't want to take the old grommets out. I do have to replace my nuts here. I guess maybe you can watch me do that. But I replaced them already on the old ones. They're sitting in the box here. But I replaced them. They weren't that difficult to take off. A little bit of snip here and they were off. But I'm about to replace the back and go from there. Finish taking this thing apart, or putting this thing back together, I should say. All right, so I know you weren't here for me to put everything back together, but clip here, alternator bolt plug back up, this hose plug back up. This is the dipstick, it's just broken. 2 10s here and here, and then you have the Allen keys for the ignition coils, and then the tins for the grommets were changed. You have 2 down here, all long on the side, and then 1 short in the middle. And then the back you have, I think it's 3 short in the front and 2 long in the back. These I had to take off, but you also have 1 tin just back here. I know you can't see it, but it's 1 tin just back here, as well as the bracket for this hose is a tin back there, as well as a little negative tin right here I had to disconnect. But I got back all these connectors, bang, bam, bam. This hose I had to plug back up. This hose I had to plug back up because I had to disconnect it to get more room. This I just plugged back up. Of course, the throttle body. I did not take apart the throttle body cable because this wasn't coming off. But put the sensor back on, as well as the lap sensor and the hose, and this that goes into the hose. Oh yeah, this hose back here. I had to get this connected. Put these 2 tins, 1 on the top, 1 on the bottom. And that's pretty much it. I changed the valve cover gasket, grommets, and the VVT solenoid, as well as the engine cooling. They call it a cam seal, so as well as a cam seal on this side facing the firewall. All right, but I did all of that to find an oil leak and did not find it. So did a little bit more research, and my oil leak is down at the bottom. Little juicy couture thing down there. This is the part number. Did that whole video and it did not save. This is the part number that I'm about to change. I changed the valve cover gasket and the VVT solenoid, thinking that they will resolve the oil leak. The oil leak is this here, which is on the bottom of the engine on the passenger side. But in order to change the valve cover gasket, to put it back together, it was these 2, bing, bing. Tins for the grommets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 short. Remove the dipstick. Be sure to change the PCV. I had to disconnect the alternator cable down here to get more space. I disconnected this hose, this connector here. This hose is a tin just behind here, and a tin on the bracket for the power steering. You must disconnect. I did disconnect this, as well as the fuel injectors, just to get clearance to push this back. But the way that I got the valve cover gasket on was I had to push back towards the firewall, and then that got it off, and then I slipped it across from going to the right. But I just put these connectors back on, this connector, this hose I just put back on, this hose, this connector, this hose, this connector, all back on. So it was a success. Of course, outer spiral when it comes to these bolts, as well as the ones on the inside. I put them to 16 foot-pounds. I thought they were between 13 and 16, so I wasn't sure, but I just put 16 on the inside. Of course, do these as a spiral. 2 tins right here, 1 on the top, 1 on the bottom. Change the VVT solenoid and the cam seal. They call it a cam seal. But this is what we're doing now. Okay, I got my ratchet extension. Got the tire off. Had to disconnect these little things. They suck. So probably want to get new ones, but I'm not. Just gonna try to work it out. But this little juicy thing right here is the problem. So we're gonna change this as 3 10s, I believe, or 3 12s. Don't quote me. But we're gonna take this little juicy thing off and change the gasket in between here, and hopefully that'll resolve our issue. Yeah. Let's get to it. All right. So obviously we know what the problem is. This juicy little thing been clogged up. So we're gonna unclog this thing. See, it is all over the place here. So we're gonna try to clean this up and yeah, see what it do.